So, hello, time for another episode of Live with Your Spirit. And I'm Simba, and I run the company Living with the Spirit together with my wife Sara in Chiang Mai, Thailand. And it's a specialized holistic retreat center where we deal with trauma, stress, and detox, using food to detox the body from any imbalances or anything that might be going on that you just want to have some more energy or let go of something. So people both come and stay here physically with us. We work online with people. People come for sessions, and we do group sessions online. And we also go and do retreats in other venues and places, wherever people invite us, essentially, right? And that feels aligned with our values and what we want to bring into in terms of holistic healing modalities to people around the world. So today I am in the treatment studio, so to say. So to my left, your right, is the table, which I work when I use different modalities like Reiki, energy healing, craniosacral therapy, massage therapy, fascia work, joint therapy, joint manipulation, chinisang emotional stomach massage. So any kind of modality that's a body work where I'm hands-on working on someone, that's usually done over here on the table. And here I have two bean bags, but I also have a mat, like a yoga mat under this mat right here. So I can use it for yin yoga, for TRE, stretching one-on-one, any kind of somatic modality that I might be working for people, corrective exercises and such. And outside these screen doors, we have a gym with all equipment, dumbbells, kettlebells, squat rack, you name it. A functional gym setup, right? So essentially, this is where I do most of my job or my work with people on sessions. And kind of like to have my own space, definitely. I worked many years in a multidisciplinary clinic in Sweden, which is really good and had a really good gym and very specialized and highly trained and experienced colleagues. So I learned a lot working there and I really enjoyed it. However, I did feel that, we were sharing all the spaces all the time. And even when you share a space with someone that's somewhat aligned with you, it might not always be 100% aligned energy wise, right? So you might want to do something calming for a client and someone else is doing something engaging, and those energies will kind of not always match. So I'm really happy to, since a couple of years back, have my own space to work from and to really set the tone of how I work in a space, right? With what I want in the space, how I want the experience to be when you step into the space, and how the feeling is essentially when you're coming into to this area. And yeah, upstairs we have an open yoga sala. It's just a roof, and you can see the mountains. You can see a nice view over this area. Bathroom is right there, so it's kind of nice, simple setup from where I operate from when I do work with others, but also where I do my own practice in the morning, right? When I do my own energy work, Luban Pai, when I do my meditations, I do a lot of study here as well, a lot of my own personal studies in different modalities, and teaching online. I do a lot as well from this area. And it's sort of nice, right? Because if I look right out here, I have trees on both sides. So I have a really good setup. I have my computer set up, and then I have trees on both sides, and I can hear birds, circadias, crickets, and whatnot. So I really comes down to share that, right? To really choose your place from where you're working from, because it will tell you and your mind, your conscious and your subconscious mind, a lot about what you're doing and what the area is representing for you. So that's why I never like those kind of booth-like cubes where people work in sometimes when they're doing office jobs and such, because it's not really connected to something. It's kind of designed to maximize efficiency, that you don't have any distractions, but it kind of disconnects you a little bit too to something outside of you. And I believe for creativity to flow, we kind of need to have a connection to the place where we're at, not just entering a role and a mindset of doing something. We kind of need to be rooted into the place where we're at. So that's why I do my morning practice here every morning, and I set my routine for an intention for what I want to come out of each and every day. And then stepping into the day, when people come in here, that energy is already set in this space. So people are just entering an energy that already has manifested healing potential, essentially. And that's the same for any kind of job, I would say, not just office job. It's something you can do for working with others, working your own business, construction, whatever you're doing, setting your intention for how you want to have the space, right? Like if you work in construction, how do you have your tools set up so you can find them, so everything is nice, neatly organized. It's about having structure, order, but it's also about having harmony in terms of energy, that everything is designed in a way to support you, that you don't have to spend a lot of time looking for something, that you can know where everything is at, you know what's going on in your field and with your tools, right? So that's a big aspect. But not only when it comes to your workspace, also your living environment, right? People have different personalities, of course, but if there's a lot of clutter everywhere and a lot of things disorganized, that's probably what's going on the inside as well, right? So when we start to organize the areas where we move, and I'm not talking about to the necessity level, but just so it's somewhat organized and it's not too much clutter, then that energy, that resonance of energy, will give us more peace and more balance. Because even if we feel like, yeah, I don't mind if there's a lot of stuff everywhere, it still will affect the body when there's a lot of clutter going on. In terms of if you come in and something is nice and neat, it doesn't have to be super, as I said, super obsessively clean or order, but just so the energy can flow naturally, right? That we can feel and we have a natural flow of energy and exchange of energy. So it's an important message that I wanted to relate today, a little bit spontaneously, about having the space set up, your workplace, where you live, where you exercise as well, right? If you go to commercial gym, I can't control the environment, but I can control how I set up the space around me and how I leave the environment when I'm done, right? That's what I can contribute with. Like I clean up everything and I make it nice and neat the way that I would like to find it when I go into that area. And same for any public area, right? Always leave the space. Even if you came in and it was super messy, always leave the space the way that you would like to find it next time. But then you're setting your intention and the energy into how you want things to be and how you manifest, how you want things to be presented to you, essentially, right? If you send that intention out, you will receive that energy back 100%. So that's definitely a way of working with energy that I do a lot, wherever I go and whatever I do. In terms of, I go to a restaurant, I don't leave it cluttery or messy either. I can clean up everything so it's nice and neat. So the next guest that comes, I mean, of course they will clean up everything, but it will be easy for the person that cleans up the table and the dishes, and it will feel a little bit more organized, right? So feel into that. How do you work with your energy and how do you manage your spaces? How do you take care of your spaces? Because that will either take energy away from you or provide you energy. And it's a very special, the places that we live and we work from and do anything from are very special in terms of we're doing something. It's more almost like a ritual. We're doing something, we're working with energy. So if we set up that space so it's safe, it's contained, it's aligned with what we want to do, what we want to attract, then we're opening our energy fields up for receiving that. And then it will be much more harmonious to work from or to be at. So thank you for following me on this little update today, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. And as always, if you like any of this video, feel free to subscribe and like the video, Living with the Spirit. You can also visit our website, livingwiththespirit.com, and you can book a free discovery call with us and see if we're something we can help you with. If you have any questions, you can always write me at simba@livingwiththespirit.com or drop a comment here below in the video, and I'll be more than happy to help out with anything that you might have an inquiry on. So have a wonderful weekend and take care.